This is so exciting because Universal is part of my Roman Empire. Hi, my name's Melanie, and I investigate the entertainment industry. I realized a little while ago that I was making the mistake of always talking about MCA. And what people don't, it doesn't register with people, right? This is part of corporate myth making. Universal. But Universal was not the big boy in that company. MCA was the parent company of Universal. And I lose people a lot in my historical research because it's kind of like trying to tell someone who's never watched Game of Thrones what happens. And these are legacy companies that shift and bend with each other. They are generational empires. So I don't think I'm being misleading when I say like MCA is basically the Ticketmaster of today. I've seen some videos that are talking about how the soft power of UMG is doing what the federal government couldn't do because of free speech grounds. So they're using their leverage of all the pop culture industry to try to make TikTok bend the knee. And they should not bend the knee. And I really want to write this book, and I've started. But if you know the history of MCA, the entertainment industry, Vegas, all those people, same people that ran the 20th century entertainment industry, run things today, okay? So even when we talk about MCA and their involvement with politics, Hollywood is an extension of the American Empire propaganda machine, okay? MCA started out of Al Capone, Chicago. They moved to LA. They represented talent. Now, they weren't allowed to do production because it's a conflict of interest to represent artists, but then also be their boss by doing production, right? They basically lost the right to be unionized because it was all in the same house, right? So President Ronald Reagan was the president of the Screen Actors Guild, and he gave MCA a waiver to do production as well. Now, Ronald Reagan's talent agent was Lew Wasserman. So the big talent agencies today, you have CAA, United Artists, which is laughable now because it was started to bust up the old studio system. And then one we don't talk very much about is Wasserman. And if you look at who's playing Coachella, a lot of those are Wasserman's acts. And he's the grandson of Lew Wasserman, the most powerful guy in Hollywood throughout the whole 20th century. Now, even when you look at who brought the 1984 Olympics to LA, oh, look, his descendants are bringing us the LA Olympics in a couple of years. So it's all Game of Thrones. They marry each other. They, like Seagram's was involved with MCA, but then they were also involved with the Bronfmans were involved with Warner Music Group. So it all kind of cycles back and forth. They all go to the same parties. They're in the same crew, right? So when we talk about MCA and their impact on the music industry today, it's not that hard to do. Okay, let me give you one example. This is Jam Productions' opposition to the 2010 merger of Live Nation and Ticketmaster. The argument includes a citing of the 1962 blockage of MCA being able to vertically integrate. The company itself had its tentacles in everything. They were called the octopus. And it's shocking to me, given how much I know now, that most people don't even know what MCA is that are my age or younger, millennials and younger. And so when we think about, okay, well, the CEO of Ticketmaster that merged Live Nation with Ticketmaster started his career at record labels at MCA in the 1980s, and he was investigated for having ties to the mafia in the music industry. And then Lou Wasserman's able to go to President Reagan and make a DOJ investigation disappear. So the Hollywood's very in bed with the government, intelligence agencies, and maybe certain segments more than others. But this was a huge scandal that just got swept under the rug. Then last year, when the Senate had its hearing about Taylor Swift's ticket sale, guess who they called to testify? Jerry Michelson of Jam Productions. It all comes back around. So where are we going to be in 10 years? Well, we'll be in the same place with the same people running things if we don't change things now. And if you want to support my work, consider subscribing to my Substack. I know we can do this if we have the knowledge and the power. Universal, MCA, Take Down Ticketmaster, they're all connected. And I could talk about this for hours.